context, and also a simple procedure about estimation. I think estimation is not necessary to the students of this generation, you are very good at it. But interpretation, and focus more on interpretation of the results. So let me go. I just you know this theoretical background, you can read it on yourself. It is just the t-test is a statistical method used to determine if there is a significant difference between the means of two groups or something like that. We have developed this. I think I will share these things to all of you. You can read. So as far as applications are concerned, this t-test, in fact, this is the one which is being very widely, very vastly used by the scholars in the area of economics, commerce, management, social, any disciplines focusing more on quantitative data. So here, as far as its applications are concerned, sometimes you may use for one sample to compare the mean of sample with a predetermined value. Actually, in the textual context, you can find more of this kind of example. For example, a company claims that, say for example, this is PAN. What is this company? Which is the Anchor company. It claims that this particular product has life of maybe 10,000 hours, working hours. You can take the sample, how many hours we have used a particular sample of fans. We can take the sample values, whether that sample values deviated from their predetermined claimed value. In that textual context, we can use this t-test for one sample to compare the mean of a sample with a predetermined values. So you can find lot of examples in the textbooks. But whereas in research context, independent samples, compare the means of two groups, to compare the means of two group of participants. Say for example, we can say there are some students from commerce discipline, economics discipline. We can compare some variables, some values. So their score in a test by commerce student, score in a test by economics student. We have to compare. The students from management background are performing better than the students from other background. You can use it. And to dependent sample t-test, paired t-test. So to compare the means under two conditions in which the same participants participated. Same participant, I told you that. Two tests for the same group of people. Before the training, after the training. This is the context. In that context, you can use the paired t-test. Or it can also be used in testing the significance of, probably sometimes you may be calculating the correlation coefficient. Whether the calculated coefficient of correlation is statistically significant. There also you can use this t-test. Regression coefficient. For example, you may be estimating the value of a linear regression function, constant you are calculating. If you say, let me use some board here, no? Okay, leave it. I have to go, no, on this side. You are calculating some regression coefficient. Whether the calculated coefficient is statistically significant, there also we can use this t-test. So let me take some examples. This is one study. Impact of watershed technology on Jawari. Impact of, title of the research. In fact, most of the examples that I have taken, these are one or the other research that I have done. Not textual example or not imaginary examples. These are the research case studies that I am presenting their context. I just am trying to put them in a systematic chronological order, that's it.
What do you mean watershed technology?
Yeah, watershed technology, it's a kind of agriculture technology which focus on showing across the slope. And bunds, formation of the bunds, which focusing more on what rainwater harvesting. The technology focus on to enable the land to retain the moisture. So the contour bunds, and it's a strategy of showing. So it covers many different components. This is the technology to analyze the impact of watershed technology on jawar yield, jawar crop. Whether the adoption of this technology is going to influence on the cropping. This is the objective of this study. So as I already told, research hypothesis is jawar yield obtained by the watershed technology adopters is greater than the jawar yield obtained by the non-adopters of the watershed technology. Right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Research hypothesis is jawar yield obtained by the watershed technology adopters is greater than the jawar yield obtained by the non-adopters. This is the research hypothesis. For this, null hypothesis is opposite of it. So there is no significant difference in the jawar yield between the farmers who have adopted the technology and the farmers who have not adopted the technology. So this is in the verbal form. We can state the same thing in the statistical format. Say x bar 1, x1 is equal to x2. The 1 and 2 are the group of farmers. Either way. X1 adopters. If we say x2 non-adopters. Jawar yield obtained by the adopters is equal to jawar yield obtained by the non-adopters. That's one. Which is that null hypothesis. No, technology is not having any impact. We are writing it means, we are writing it like this means technology is not having any impact.
Any impact.
Whereas this one is,
Its impact.
yeah, the jawar yield obtained by the adopters is more than the jawar yield obtained by the non-adopters. Technology has impacted. It has positive impact on the cropping. So this is the way of presenting the hypothesis, right? I have given the title, objectives, both null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis and research hypothesis. These are the things, no? Yeah, and with this, yeah, data is collected. Collected data, you have, a researcher has observed jawar yield in 22 fields which have adopted the watershed technology and 28 fields which have not adopted the watershed technology, right? Data. And the data is given here. The data is given there. And this data may be generated either through field experiment or collected through the sample. By adopting the technology, one agronomist can do it through the experiments, or we can collect the data from the farmers. In fact, it is collected from the farmers. It is survey based data. And you are being researcher, you have collected the data, fed the data to Excel worksheet like this. Farmer number 1, 2, 3, 4. Farmer 1, first farmer, sample 1. A means adopter. He has obtained the jawar yield of 9 quintals. Sample 2, non-adopter, obtained the yield of 7 quintals. 3, non-adopter. See, this is how. A is adopters of watershed technology, NA is non-adopters. Simple thing, you have to sort the data. You can sort the data, select the data, Excel, select the column B by selecting the sort filter, select it B and C. Be careful. While sorting the data, you have to select the data range which you have to sort. You have to select all the variables. Otherwise, once you sort it partially, the data will be disturbed. That must be very careful. While Excel, if you want, only thing you should have comprehensiveness and presence of mind when analyzing the data with Excel. The only disadvantage with Excel is, if you are good at it, very comfortable. In fact, I feel more. I know EViews, I know SPSS also, but I will be happy to work with Excel.
Yes.
quite user friendly, and in fact we can enjoy the analyzing the things. Yeah, this is you have to sort the data like that. Now data is sorted, all the adapters are together. All are earlier mixture A like that. Now we have sorted A say just after 1 we have 5, observation number 5. That means it has sorted. Data has been classified into 2 groups, adapters and non-adapters group. See, just that's what. Just keep the cursor here. Is equal to average. Give the range. You will get the average value. Just keep the cursor. STDVE. Give the range. You will get the standard deviation. See, CV, you can give the simple. See, just by giving formula, wherever you can calculate. I think it is not necessary here. Just.
Actually, it's needed, sir. Needed.
Yeah. In fact, this is how we can manage the data. Wherever thinking whatever. Just only thing you have to feed the data. It is first you have to understand how to give command. That's it. You can comfortably analyze the data, and after that, we have to do the t-test. But which test? Which test? Again, T means if you want to know just after logging into data analysis. In Excel there is a menu bar called data analysis. Just after logging into that data analysis toolbar, you will get pair t-test, independent t-test assuming equal variance.
Yes, sir.
T-test assuming unequal variance. But which one to select? It is not the random selection.
Yes, sir.
It has the purpose. Very vaguely people used to do that. Somehow you are doing it. Chalta hai.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If unfortunately you get caught with some tough evaluator, he will make you to sweat. But of course, ಬಂಡ ಬಿದ್ದು ಏನು ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ನೋಡಿ ನಾವು ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವೇ ಬಂಡು ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ಓದ್ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹಿಂಡಿದ್ರು ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ಹಿಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಹಿಂಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಕಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಹಿಂಡೋದು?
ಒನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಓಕೆ.
ರಸ ಹಾಲು ಬರತಂಕ ಹಿಂಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದು ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಹಾಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ ಸರ್? ಹಾಲು ಯಾರು ಬರ್ಸಲ್ಲ. It is your inquisitive nature. It is the attitude of the scholar. It is voluntary. It's not outside force cannot do. Only see, one thing is there are 2 tests. One is independent t-test, pair t-test. Pair t-test I have already told. Pair t-test if same sample group before and after.
Yes,
Context pair.
Yes,
So but unpaired independent sample. So this is independent sample. I have selected the farmer. We have adopted, not adopted. Different group of farmers. It is independent sample.
Yes, sir.
Not dependent sample. But within that, whether we have to use the test which is
Equal
variance or unequal variance, how to test it. But sometimes we may not understand whether the data is having equal variance or unequal. Contextually, it is very difficult.
Yes, sir.
Contextually very difficult. But 95% of the people, 90% of the scholars that I observe, they will do either of the one. ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು ಕುಡಿ, ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿತೀರೋ ಟೀ ಕುಡಿತೀರೋ, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಅದು ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಇದು, ಯಾವುದೋ ಕುಡಿಯೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಕಾಫಿ and tea has different effect to the different individuals. Coffee and tea are not the same.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Different.
ಬಟ್ ಏನೋ ಇರಾಟಿಕ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕುಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you can get result for both. No problem. If you are doing it independent, assuming equal variance or unequal variance, of course it makes no difference. You do it. Some slight difference will be there. What is there? Chalta hai. Chalta hai, no doubt. But you have to be pakka. The thing is, equal variance. For equal variance, you have to use this formula. For unequal variance, you have to use the formula. They are different, you can see.
Yes.
X bar 1, X bar 2, standard error. Pooled sample standard deviation. And this is the format is different. But how to do it, sir? We have the data. Adapters of technology, non-adapters of technology. We have the 22 adapters, 28 non-adapters. We know is equal to arithmetic mean value 9.73, arithmetic mean value for non-adapter 7.03, variance also calculated. No, it's simplicity. Variance is equal to VAR, give the range, it will give the variance. If you want to standard STDEV, it will give the standard deviation.
Yes, sir.
Only thing you have to tell where the data is. You have to tell where the data is. Give it like this, you will get the count, mean, standard deviation. Then what you have to do? Larger variance. First we have to do is larger variance is equal to here max. Out of these two, which is highest?
0.78.
Is maximum. This is minimum.
Smaller.
Give the formula. This this is equal to this. This is calculated FL. Calculated FL for new one. New one is 22 minus 1 is 21. 28 minus 1 is 27. For new one 21. New 2 27. That's equal to table value of F for 5% level of significance was 1.9736. Calculated value was this.
Yes, sir.
Table value was this. Table we have to extract it from table only.
Table only, yes, sir.
Okay, it's manually you are doing it.
Yes.
To table only. Now you can have tables in the software. Whenever you want, you can retrieve it. And calculated value is less than the critical value. What is your inference? Since calculated value of F is less than the table value, what is your inference? H0 is accepted. That means, what is that? There is no difference in the variance. There is no difference in the variance. So which T we have to use for this context?
Equal or unequal? Both.
No, see, you have draw the conclusion that there is no difference in the variance. There is no difference in the variance. Then which test? Which T?
Equal
Yeah,
variance.
we have to use the T test assuming equal variance.
Equal
There is no
variance.
difference in the variance. So equal variance, use the T test. We have to use the T test. So we draw the conclusion. See, I tell you, 99% researcher don't do it. Yeah, before going for the T test, you have to do it. Otherwise, how do you decide? See that even in the Excel menu, there are two terms. One is T assuming equal variance, another T assuming unequal variance.
Yes, sir.
Which one do you select? There are two ways. Let us choose someone. Who will care? Andre, who will care? If you want right inference, do this F test, draw the conclusion, based on that decide whether to use the T test assuming equal variance or unequal variance. Right? Could you follow me?
Yes, sir.
Then, so since equal variance, you have to use this formula.
Yes, sir.
This is the formula that you have to use. I think you need not calculate it. Manually you can, by using this formula you can. It involves use lot of work. You have to take all deviations from individual observation from their arithmetic mean for both the things. Then you have to square them. Then you have to sum them. You have to know the degrees of freedom, calculate it, take the square root. It involves lot of things.
Yes.
But need not worry. You are fortunate generation. You are fortunate generation. Go for this data analysis and T-test, 2 sample assuming equal variance. Give OK. It will ask for the data range, where the one sample is, where the another sample is. Give that range up. See, just if you follow this, I can share you this slide.
Yes.
Just if anybody wants, you can just send your mail ID. I will send you. I mean, even otherwise I will leave it here.
Yes, sir.
You can save that, no problem. It's not, nothing is patentable here.
Yes, sir.
Now you are all the generation in the information era. What do you want? ಮೊದಲೆಲ್ಲ ಗೂಗಲ್ನ ಹುಡುಕಿದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಡವಾದ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಗೂಗಲ್ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ನೀವು ಗೂಗಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ, ಚಾಟ್ ಜಿಪಿಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಚಾಟ್ ಜಿಪಿಟಿನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಪೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಟೈಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಇದೆ, ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಆದ್ರಾಗೆ ಹಾಳಾಗ ಮೊಬೈಲು ನಮ್ಮ ನೆಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. I'm really sorry. ನಮಗೆ ಪಾಪ ಯಾಕೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ? If you are a good manager, you can manage. Otherwise, they will manage you. That will manage you. It will take you to the undecided direction. See, you just select the data range. You okay? You will get the data like this. So this is the output, Excel output. We get mean value of both the variables. Adapters are 22. Mean value is 9.73. Non-adapters 28. Mean Java yield is 7.07. Pooled variance and degrees of freedom. Calculated t value is 11.748. 11.748. Okay, tell me. Well, it has given the critical value of table value of t for one tail test, table value of t for two tail test. Whether one tail test or two tail test it is. Whether we have to, for this context, whether we have to use one tail test or two tail test.
Total.
Why one tail? Why one tail? You have to give me the rationality. In the beginning only I told you. Whether we have to go for one tail test, two tail test.
One test.
Why? Why one tail test?
Because, sir, we are seeing whether there is improvement in the yield or not.
Now each
There has to be positive change, sir. There cannot be negative.
Yeah, partly you are right. But more than that, you have so simple, unidirectional. Unidirectional. X1 is greater than X2. It is unidirectional. It is specifically specified. So it is one-sided. That is right. It is right-sided right tail test. So we have to take one tail test here. So therefore, calculated t value 11.748 is greater than the critical value of t for one tail test. That is for one tail test is 1.677. So inference is, if there is a sufficient supporting evidence to reject the null hypothesis. Categorically we can reject the null hypothesis. Therefore, we could draw the inference. See, I tell you, one of the most important, very powerful tool in research report writing is, while drawing the inference, each and every word that matters. That matters. How to draw that inference? See, Java yield obtained by the adopters of watershed technology is significantly more when compared to the non-adopters of the technology. This is the inference. Ultimately, actually, in the entire research, the focus is your inference must be something like a court, judgment by the court. It's something like a judgment by the court. No, I can say that. Technology is favorable. Technology is increasing the cropping. That's all. Just to say that categorically, you did so much of work. That's the thing that you want to do. You have to do such a technical work to draw such inference. I think this is how you have to draw the inference here. Whether anybody has any doubt here?
no, sir.
Things are clear?
Yes, clear, sir.
At least, are they adding some value to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sure.
Can you, if given some new circumstance, can you adapt it?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Can you apply it?
yes, yes. You can apply, sir.
You have to carry these things while doing your research. So, At least that is the only way how you can express your gratitude to ICSSR. Right? If you are, it create capacity among you. It is not only ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮಗೆ ಟೀ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಟೀನಲ್ಲಿ ಟೀ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗರಾದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಹುಡುಗರಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ನೀವು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ, ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ, ಮೌತ್ ಟು ಮೌತ್ ಹೋಗತ್ತೆ. ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸರ್, ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈಡ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸರ್. ದುರ್ಗಪ್ಪ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಇನ್ ನಂದು ಡ್ರಾ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಡೇಟಾ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್. ದುರ್ಗಪ್ಪ ಬಿಸಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋತಾರೆ, ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸರ್ ಫ್ರೀ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಸರ್, 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಟೈಮ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ ನಿಜವಾಗೋ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಲ್ರಿ ಅವರು. ನಾಳೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವರ್ಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ. ಏನು ನೋಡಿ ಜೋರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನನ್ನ ಶಿಷ್ಯ. It has different dimensions of it, no? Whatever that be. I think, let me go with some, here is one more case. Again, it's another study. You have to speak more.
Yes.
Let us not just make one way presentation. It's workshop. Study is on impact of self-help groups on saving level among the rural women. Impact of self-help groups on savings level among the rural women. An empirical study in Davangere. Of course, this is study conducted. This is also part of the thesis conducted by one of my, not my student from my campus, but of course data analysis advice was by me. So I have liberty to take that data.
Yes.
Objective was to analyze the impact of SHGs on savings level. Title and core objective. This is the core objective.
Yes, sir.
This is reflected in the title also.
Yes, sir.
One paper is published on this. Okay. See, hypothesis here is research hypothesis, and you can see. And one more thing, whether we have to write both null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis in the thesis report, is it necessary?
Anyone will suffice.
N1 H0 is sufficient?
Yes.
Is it necessary?
Not necessary.
How many of you are writing? How many of you are reading this EPW? EPW are such scientific research journals. In most of the advanced research journals, probably they may not explicitly mention the hypothesis, but directly they draw the inference. It is for the advanced readers. It is for the advanced readers. You may ask question whether you have to write null hypothesis first or research hypothesis first. Since I am focusing on, most of the times I have written H1. Actually, don't do the same thing in the research report also. But normally people used to, while drawing the inference, people write the H0, then H1, alternative hypothesis. So my focus is on, while testing null hypothesis, while doing research, my research hypothesis. Research hypothesis is there is difference in the savings level between the members of SHGs and non-members of SHG. Whereas there is no difference in the savings level between the members of SHG and non-members. Can you compare? Earlier I did work on impact of watershed technology on crop yield. There I have written that technology has impact. Crop yield obtained by adopters was more than non-adopters. That's how I defined. But here, have I followed the same pattern here?
No.
What other pattern I followed here?
Savings level among the rural women will be.
What difference you can find?
There is a difference between the savings level between the members of the SHGs and non-members of the
I could have written it, members of SHG or the saving level is more among the members than among the non-members. I could have do it.
Yes, sir.
I could have do it.
Yes, sir.
Whether this is right or whatever written is right. Whether whatever I written is right, I could have written it alternatively also, no? The level of saving among the members is more than or is greater than the level of saving among the non-members. I could have do it very nicely that way also.
Yes, sir.
Whether this is better, the way I am expressing it now is better. You have to think and tell me the answer.
Written.
Could you understand my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whether this is written, this is better, the alternative way that I am telling it now is better. The level of saving among the SHG members is greater than the level of saving among the non-members. Which one is nice?
So this is actually correct, sir. Second one. we don't-
Why it is correct?
No, because we don't know whether it is greater than or less than among the non-members.
Here we are testing both.
How do you say that we don't know? Actually, see, yeah.
In the earlier example, it was regarding technology, so we can easily made a application that
Fine.
who is adopting technology, we can say that there is a no leader.
Right.
But when it comes to here, there is no such thing to make it as a unidirectional. So it is called as
ಅದು ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸೇ ಇರೋದು ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳನ್ನ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಉಳಿತಾಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ SHGs ಆರ್ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್, save the amount collectively, have it in the bank. Don't you think that it is helping the members to improving the savings level among the members? Then alternative would have been better, no? I'm creating confusion in you. See, research is ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಡಬೇಕು, ದಾರಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಹುಡುಕಬೇಕು ಯಾಕೆ ಇದೇ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಉತ್ತರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ರೈಟ್ ಪಾತ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ರೈಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಲಾಜಿಕ್, ರೈಟ್? ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ರೈಟ್.
Sir, non-members of SHGs do not involve in the SHG. That's why we cannot make things greater than others.
There was big debate. There was big debate. Of course, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀವು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ಇದು ನನಗೆ ಬರ್ದಿರೋ ಇದೇ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಯಾಕೆ ನೋಡಿ, ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ earlier, the way just I presented in the before example, I have prepared the examples in such a way why that was correct there, why this is correct here. You are the master of your research. Even this AI cannot do these things. Your creative mind must be more powerful than that of all the AI tools. This is because, see, this is a study based on members of SHG and non-members. This study conducted surveying the women who are the members and non-who are. Who are the members actually? Who are the members? SHG promoting agencies, what is the kind of group that SHG promoting groups focused on? It was the poor woman.
Poor women.
SHGs promoted poor women to come together to formulate the SHGs members. Even Shri Shakti program concentrated only on the poor women. But non-poor woman was not in the bracket. Who are in the bracket? Who are in the membership bracket are the poor women. Who are not, see, if we extract all that poor outside, the remaining are non-poor. It is supposed to be.
Can you explain once again, sir? Extract or?
See, it's a society, population. SHG promoting agencies are picking up the poor women,
Yes, sir.
made them the member.
Yes.
More who are more poor are more likely to be the members of SHG.
Yes, sir.
The remaining part of the society, by and large, are the non-poor.
Yes sir.
ಈಗ ಪಾಪ ಕೂಲಿ ಮಾಡೋನು ಹೆಂಡ್ತಿ ಡೈಲಿ ಕೂಲಿ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಏನೋ ಗಾರೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋನು ಹೆಂಡ್ತಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯವ್ರ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೈಫ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆಗ. ನೀನು ಪಾಪ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೈಫ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ ಮನಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀಯಾ? ಅರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಮೇಜರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಡ್ತಿಗೆ ಹೋಗತಿ. ಇರ್ಲಿ ತಗೋ, ಒಂದು ಬಾಳೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಅದೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಡೈಮಂಡ್ ಓಲೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ದೆ, ತಗ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವ್ರ ಹೆಂಡ್ತಿ ಅಕೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಗಾರೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಪಾಪ ತಿಂಗಳ 20 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ವಾರ 20 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಜೋಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ. See, this is the dimension. Right? Am I right?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Am I logically right?
Yes sir.
In fact, in this context, scholar has very tightly argued. No, this is no. You could have used that. Hypothesis could be like this. No, this is the right method. I justified it, and in fact, there was a lot of discussion on this method. Because of that complexity only I put this example here. Right? So the way I written is right. So no, you can see here, null hypothesis is equal to the savings level among the members is equal to the savings level among the non-members. Savings level among the members is not equal to saving level of the non-members. It may be to whatever direction it is possible.
It is a two-tailed question.
Huh? It's a two-tailed test. Yes. Yeah, this was the savings level. Same thing. Arithmetic mean, counts, arithmetic mean. So, members of SHG saved 301, non-members 226. So, this was variance. F test, F value calculated. Mu 1 24, mu 2 24. The F value for 5% level of significance for mu 1 24, mu 2 24, it was 1.9838. So calculated value of F is greater than the table value of F. So what is your conclusion? X not rejected. That means there is difference in the variance. There is difference in the, obviously, whether savings will be more or not, variance will be more. ನೋಡಿ, ವೇರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನಾದರೂ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂಥರ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸು ಇವ್ರ ಮನೆಯವರಿಗಾದ್ರೆ ಲಕ್ಷಗಟ್ಟಲೆ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಪಾಪ ಕ್ಲರ್ಕ್ ಇರೋನು 20,000-30,000 ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ವೇರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೋರ್. Variance is not just a value. It has to reflect the social context. Right?
Yes sir.
Right. So variance will be more there, and it's not rejected here. So therefore there is a difference in the variance. So in this context we have to use this formula. That means formula used when there is difference in the variance of two samples is as follows. This one is we have to use this formula. So you need not worry about that.
Yes sir.
Go to your Excel. So assuming unequal variance, select this one, not this one, select this one.
Yes sir.
Okay, give the data range, and give OK. It will give you the result like this. So savings level among the members was 301, monthly average was 301, for non-members 226. So variance also significantly different. For 9,411 for members, for non-members it was 27,733. Don't bother much about it. Calculated T value was 1.951. See here, the only thing which is most important is this calculated T value in this entire table. So calculated T value is less than the critical value of T for two-tailed test. It is for two-tailed test. You don't take this.
Yes sir. 2.0.
In this context, you cannot take this.
Yes sir.
In the earlier context, we were taking the T value for one-tailed test. Now we are taking it for two-tailed test. So therefore, if no, conclusion would have been different. If you have selected one tail, this would have been, yeah, of course, fortunately it is 1.68. Yeah, this is, conclusion would have been different.
Different.
So here, the calculated t value is less than the critical value of t for two-tail test at 5% level of significance. So therefore, you are accepting the null hypothesis. What was the null hypothesis? So the inference is there is no significant difference in the savings level between the members of SHGs and non-members. Very simple inference.
So actually in reality there is some difference actually.
Maybe there may be a difference. That's what I told you. The context where you conducted the research. I have given so much of example. Even I have given the example of your one wife. Right? Saying that I have given the logic. ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. Right? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ ನಾವು. Thing is, no, we should have the logic. Right?
Say asking.
Yeah, you can ask. Come on, please.
So what is the DF, sir?
Degree.
What does that?
DF, degrees of freedom, no? For t value, n minus 1. N minus 1. Degrees of freedom means, well,
What does it imply, sir?
yeah, that actually in any testing chi-square, for example, you are doing chi-square value. Procedurally, you have to understand what is the degrees of freedom, to what are the constraints there. For example, while calculating the degrees of freedom, df is equal to c minus 1 into n minus 1. Column, how many columns are there? For example, there are 3 columns.
Columns and row.
Yeah, 3 columns. 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2.
2.
And number of rows. 3 rows means 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 into 2, 4. That is called degrees of freedom. The other procedure we have to understand that what are the number of constraint to what extent, for example, if number of columns and rows keeps increasing, the value of degrees of freedom keeps increasing.
Yes, sir.
Degrees of freedom. So they will take values freedom independently. Okay, that's one of the procedure, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Here the inference is there is no significant difference in the savings level between the members of SHG and non-members of SHG is the ultimate inference of this thing. Okay? Yeah. Let me go for next context. This is almost in a order, The context is impact of biometric system in fair trade shops on offtake, on purchase of food grains by rural households. An empirical, of course, it was a study in a village. Actually, it was a PG project. I have given some PG project very long back. I have given some small PG project for this study. Yeah, the objective is to analyze. I mean, maybe in the 2016, in the public distribution system, biometric system was adopted.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, maybe 2016 November. November 2016, biometric system was adopted. Whether the implementation of this system, is it increased the beneficiaries' ability to buy more of food grains? Whether more of food grains was available to the members or the beneficiaries of this
Public distribution system.
fair trade shops?
Yes, sir.
That was the objective. To analyze the impact of introduction of biometric system in fair trade shops on offtake means purchase. Purchase of food grains by the rural households. It was the objectives. Hypothesis was monthly average offtake or monthly average purchase of rice by rural households has increased with the introduction of the biometric system in the fair trade shops. So it was the research hypothesis or alternative hypothesis. Quite opposite to that, null hypothesis is monthly average purchase or offtake of rice by rural household has not increased.
The introduction
With the introduction of biometric system in the fair trade shops. Okay, these things are clear, no?
Yes, sir.
Simple. Even just try to practice. In any given circumstance, you must be able to formulate hypothesis. Given objective, formulate the hypothesis. sometimes, initially you keep writing it. As you become mature writers, without writing them also directly you can draw the inference.
Yes.
If you are drawing a research article to a highly mature readers for maybe some Scopus indexed journals,
Yes.
even if you write this is my null hypothesis, this who cares? You are writing article to a highly professional researchers. There you need not specify it is my null hypothesis, this is my alternative. Not necessary. Directly draw the inference. With less words. Economize the words. Your thesis ಎಳಿಬೇಕಾ? ಗೈಡ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 250 ತರಬೇಕು ನೋಡು. ಬರೀ ಎಷ್ಟು thesis ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಬರೀ 125 ಪೇಜ್ thesis ತಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕಮಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡೋದಾರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ? ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 250 ತರಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ 10 null hypothesis ಆದರೆ ಫಾಲೋಡ್ ಬೈ 10 ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಹೈಪೋಥಿಸಿಸ್, ಅದು 2 ಪೇಜ್, ಅದ್ರಾಗೂ 2 ಸ್ಪೇಸಿಂಗು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬುಕ್ ಮೆನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲು ಪಾಂಟು. ಎಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಳಿಯೋದು. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Yeah. But mature writers, you need not write all this null hypothesis and alternatives. So this is all depends on the level of your maturity in research writing. Right? Okay, leave it. And with this, yeah. In fact, this is a context wherein you have to use parity test.
Yes, parity test.
You have to go for parity test here because you have to collect data on, for example, I have selected some sample. He is one respondent, he is another respondent. I am collecting the data. How much rice you have purchased? Say, for example, this biometric system was introduced in November 2016.
Yes.
Maybe I conducted research on December 2016. ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ ಈ ತಿಂಗಳು ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನವಂಬರ್ 2 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿತ್ತು? ನೀವೇ ಸೇಮ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡೆಂಟ್. ಈಗ 2 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್. ಅದು ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್, ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್. So this is pre and post. Same observation, but before and after. This is the context in which you have to use parity test. This is the only context where you can use, before and after. Whether this program is effective, what was your level of research skills before, after, conduct the test, prepare 2 standardized question papers on research skills, standardized research, standardized question paper. Select some sample, administer 1 question paper, understand the level of knowledge. After training, 15 days training, give the same for the same respondent, administer the same different question paper, but for the same student, same sample. Take the average score. What was the average score before? Average score after. If there is significant difference, training is effective. Training is effective. It has improved the research skills among the students. Participant. I'm sorry. That's another context where you can use.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah. Actually, for this is the formula we can use. D bar means difference bar. Take the mean of differences. So before introduction, for example, this guy, he has purchased, right now he has purchased 10 kg. Before that, 0. 10 minus 0, difference is 10.
10, yes sir.
For him, now 10, before 5, minus 5. So that is the difference. Take the mean. That's how you do it. So, This is the formula we are using, and of course here we have the purchase of rice in kgs, October 60, December 60, right? And t-test paired 2 sample means t-test paired. What is this? Is sample for me paired 2 sample. Paired sample. Same paired before after. Paired observations for the same observation. So this is the thing, and we have it is the Excel output. Mean before 18 kg, mean after 20 kg. T statistics. See here in the T value, difference is important, not sign. Neglect the sign here. Always we used to sign. I have written it, neglecting the sign.
Yes.
You have to compare neglecting the sign. Difference is important. So calculated T value is greater than the critical value of T for one tail test at 5% level of significance. So therefore, what is the conclusion? There is no difference in the purchase of rice before and after is rejected. That means, so introduction of, there is significant increase in the mean value of monthly purchase of rice after the introduction of this biometric system in the fair ratio. See, focus on the way we write the inference. But majority of the scholars used to write, so null hypothesis rejected, hence therefore alternative hypothesis is accepted. Hence alternative hypothesis is accepted. See, don't use that word. Alternative, we are writing the same thing. Null hypothesis is rejected. I am also writing the same thing. Null hypothesis is rejected. So inference is, there is significant increase in the mean value of monthly purchase of rice. That's what you wanted to tell. Right? There is increase, there is significant increase in the monthly purchase. Right? So this is how you have to draw inference in this context. Yeah, then the same t-test can be used for testing the significance of correlation coefficient also. Say for example, I have taken one example. There were about 32 observations on the expenditure on bullock labor and expenditure on machineries per acre of maize. Actually, in fact, I wanted to fit a production function for one of my research scholars' data. It is the data from it is on some, actually once there was one deputy commissioner of this Dharwad, probably made of the Bomaradi. He was he awarded when he was deputy commissioner here. In fact, this study is from that researcher. In fact, he wanted to fit production function for contract farming data. Contract farming, maize production function. We wanted to fit the production function. While he was fitting that, we observed the multicollinearity. Do you know the concept of multicollinearity? How many of you heard of the concept of multicollinearity, particularly economics and commerce people?
But I heard about it, but I don't know how it is.
Multicollinearity means, for example, whenever you want to run the multiple regression by taking one dependent variable and multiple independent variables, if there is a degree of correlation among the independent variable, your estimated regression coefficient will be inefficient. They are not dependable. The conclusion that you are drawing will be not dependable. That was the context. So in that context, we run the correlation matrix. We calculated the correlation matrix. The correlation matrix, here in that 32 observations, we observed, we calculated the correlation coefficient between expenditure on bullock labor and expenditure on machineries. I want to know the context and your common sense. Expenditure on bullock labor. How many of you are familiar with the agriculture? Please raise your hand. How many of you all are familiar with agriculture? Okay. We have calculated correlation coefficient between expenditure on bullock labor, per acre expenditure on the bullock labor in maize production, per acre expenditure on machineries. What are the machineries in maize production?
Tractor.
What machineries we are using? Tractors, cultivators or rotavator. These are all the machineries.
Yes, sir.
Bullock labor means bullocks. What for you are using bullock labors? Bullock labor can be used for flowing land
Yes, for cleaning.
or for bullock cart to transfer the materials and input from the field to this
Yes,
thing, that thing.
yes, sir.
See, there was a high degree of negative correlation. Why the negative correlation? Can you understand the common sense of that? What is the common sense behind that? There was high degree of negative correlation between per acre expenditure on bullock labor and per acre expenditure on the machineries. Why can we expect that kind of negative correlation between them? Actually, data is the life.
Exclusive, sir. They are
Exclusive in the sense?
exclusive to one another.
Yeah, you have to say substitutes. They are the substitutes. If you are using one, other will lose the job. ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, changing work in the sense, ನೋಡಿ
Yeah, it was.
ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಬಂತು, ಟೈಪ್ ರೈಟರ್ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ 8ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 9ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಓದೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬಂದು, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್? I will get you an app, just keep telling what you want to write. It will convert your speech into text. 8ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 9ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಓದೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನೀನು ದಡ್ಡದಿ ಅಂತ. You don't know that app. We are not app people. ನಾವು old people. ನಾವು ಒಳಗರು, ನೀವು ಹೊಸಗರು, ನೀವು you are all app people. Apple. you are familiar with apps. I mean to say. Self-driving car come, driver job will go. Learning apps getting popularity. YouTuber, my God. Few days back, when CBSE mathematics paper, CBSE science paper was there, my son has shown me a YouTube live class wherein there was 12 lakhs views. Live class. ಲೈವ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬನು ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಐ ಕುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಕಾಲ್, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶೋರ್ 10 lakhs plus ವ್ಯೂಸ್. 10 ಲಕ್ಷಕ್ಕಂತ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು 4 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಏಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? 28. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ನೌ? Being a research scholar. You are a research scholar. What is your ambition? Assistant professor ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ದೇಶದಾಗ ಒಬ್ರು ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಡೆವಲಪರ್ಸು ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಪಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನನ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿ, ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್, ನೀವು ನಾಳೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ just I ask the question. ನಾವು ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಆರ್ ಯು ವಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಫೋನ್ ತರ್ನಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನಂತ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು? ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವ್ಯಾಕೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ನಾವೇ ದಡ್ರಾ? ನಾವೇನು ಅಷ್ಟು ದಡ್ರ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ನಿಮಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಚಾಕು ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಅದು ನಾವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಂಡ್ ಬಿದ್ದು ನಗಬೇಕು ಆಟೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಬರ್ತಿರೋದು ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾಠಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ನನಗೆ ಪಾಪ ಇವ್ರ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಾಳೆ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಆನ್ ಕರಿಯರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ನಾವು, changing job. Not only this, problem ಏನು ಸರ್, ಸಂಘದ ಕೆಲಸನೇ ಇರಲ್ವಾ? ನಾನು ಬೀಂಗ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲಸ ಅಲ್ದವಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಹಾಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಕರಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಕರಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಚಪ್ರ. ಚಪ್ರ ಹಾಕರಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾಕರಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ವಿ, ಚಪ್ರ ಹಾಕರಿಗೆ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ವಿ. ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಹುಟ್ಟಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೂಲ್ಗಿತ್ತಿಗೆ ಏನೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಲಿಲ್ಲಂತೆ, ಒಂದು ಟೀ ಕೊಡಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೋಯ್ತಂತೆ. ನಾವು ಹುಟ್ಟಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಕನ್ಸೀವ್ ಅಂತ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಬುಕ್ಲೆಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ, ನೋಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. 50 lakh ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಬೇಕಾ, 1 lakh ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಬೇಕಾ, 1.5 ಲಕ್ಷದಾದ್ರೇಗೇನು? ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದ, 1.5 ಲಕ್ಷ ಏನು ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್? ಅವರು ತೊಟ್ಲಿಗೆ ಟೇಪು ಅವರೇ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. Yeah, maybe it is deviated from research methodology, I tell you. Please think on this line, particularly the young scholars. There is change in the work. Change in the work. Don't stick on to that old kind of job. ಈಗ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೇನು, ನಾವು ಸಾಯಿ ತನಕ ಸಂಬಳ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ಇಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. Government will take appropriate decision. Be cautious. No, assistant professor again. Don't be in that illusion. Let us be creative. No. Let us be creative. Let us not feel more comfort here. But ನಮಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತದೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? 5 ವರ್ಷ, ಇನ್ನು 5 ವರ್ಷ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಎಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೆಲ್ಫಿಶ್ ಸರ್. ನಾನು ಸೆಲ್ಫಿಶ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮಗಂತೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅನಲೈಸಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಬೀಂಗ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿಸ್ಟ್, ಪುಸ್ತಕದಾಗ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನೇ ಬೇಕಾ? ಪುಸ್ತಕದಾಗ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ನೀನೇ ಬೇಕಾ? ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ದೆನ್ ಮೀ. ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ಸಮ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್ಸ್. Tell me something which is not there in books. Tell me something new which has more value. Try to add it to your brain. ಈಗೇನು 3-4 ನಿಮಿಷ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ನೋಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಇಟ್. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸೆನ್ಸ್, ಮೇಕ್ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ನೋಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಟು ಫೇಸ್ ದಿ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್. Prepare to face the future. If possible, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 15-20 ವರ್ಷ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇಫ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ. My intention is not to create fear in you, to prepare for the change. Before the technology, since you have instigated me to speak about the technology,
Yes, sir.
context ಆಗಿ ಬಂತು. Technology is replacing labor. Even ಬಹುತೇಕ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೇನ್ಸಿಯನ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತು.
Theories of employment.
Investment generate the employment. Now things are changing. Investment can increase the production, not sure that it create employment, because there are robots in your place now. And if get it confirmed, please do visit National Geographical Channel. ಅವಾಗಿವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ ಕಾರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಂಗಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹೆವಿ ಮೆಷಿನರೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಯೂಸೇಜ್ ಹೆಂಗಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹೌ ರೋಬೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಯುವರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಯು. All laborious work will be replaced. I'm sorry for getting diverted for a few minutes. I know that it is not core component of research, but I'm sure it is connected with your profession. And please don't mind. It's a general issue. It's not just to create fear in you. correlation negative because reactor use ಮಾಡೋರು ಎತ್ತು ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, reactor ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಎತ್ತು ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎತ್ತು ಹೋಯ್ತು
ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಇನ್ನು ಎತ್ತನಾಗ ಇರೋದು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಳಸ್ತಾರೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ correlation, right? Yeah, I am also technology savvy and ಕೊನೆ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾಟ್ ಜಿಪಿಟಿ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾನು. Within 2 minutes I done it. ನಾವೇ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಉರ್ಸ್ಕೊಂತ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. But think better than that. Use it for make your work comfort. It is generated by chat GPT. Just I given R value is like this, number of observations are like this, generate some t-test, generate some t-test chatting, that's it. I have given prompt in 2 minutes, 1 minute. It is generated, it is chat GPT output it is. It's chat GPT. Yeah, use t-test formula for correlation. Yeah, t is equal to r into root of n minus 2 over root of 1 minus r square. Substitute the value. We know the we know that calculated correlation coefficient is minus 0.73. We know number of observations were 32, minus 1, 2. So make all this simplification. Calculated t value is minus 5.85. The inference is for new, that is alpha 0.05. The critical t value for the table of degrees of freedom 30 is approximately plus or minus 2.042. Since t, we may commit mistake. And don't be in that illusion. Sometimes it commit mistake. But now it has not committed. Even after generating, I verified it. It is true. And 5.85 is greater than the 2.042. So we reject the null hypothesis. That is H0 we rejected and conclude that the correlation coefficient is statistically significant. Correlation coefficient is statistically significant. It is not by chance. This correlation coefficient is not by chance, not by because of from some random influence. It is real. This is how you use it. Okay. And again, one more. How to use this T? Are you getting bored?
No, sir.
Comfortable, no? Whether this approach is okay for you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And for still I have chi-square test. Let me complete it as early as possible. So I have data on monthly household expenditure and number of family members. Obviously, monthly household expenditure is function of how many people are there in your house. More number of people, you have more number of people in your house, more expenditure will be there. It may be. And we have independent variable. It is just focus is on enabling how to use the t-test here. See here, if just by Excel we can calculate this regression output. Within 1 minute you can calculate this regression function for this data. So r square value gives all these things and also another reason, I'm sorry. It gives this output. So this output actually, here it is also giving calculated t values. Calculated t values it is giving. Based on that we can say whether it is significant or not, but how to calculate it actually. That y is equal to a plus bx, your simple linear regression functional format. Okay. For calculation we take the two normal equations, sum of y is equal to n into a plus b into sum of x, that simple thing. And b cap, estimated b value can be calculated by sum of x into y by sum of x square. So these are some simple formula. Ultimately what I wanted to tell you is, see, even manually we can calculate regression coefficients like this. And this is goodness of it. And r square value, of course, it focus is on regression. I am skipping it. I'm focusing only on t-test here. Standard error of b. Standard error of b, estimated b value is equal to root of sum of error square over n minus 2 into sum of x square. By simplifying that, we get the calculated t value calculated t value as 2.334, and for that is for coefficient b value, that's for b value, whereas for a value intercept calculated t was 5.19196. See, just I am showing it. I know that you are all not calculating it manually. I mean, sir, since we have facility, why should we calculate it? Just as a procedure, I am showing it. That's it. But see, even there you can see, I generated it through Excel. T value for coefficient was 2.263, whereas manually I calculated 2.334. It's slight variation because of calculation rounding off process. So here the thing is, if we take, this is 2.263, here degrees of freedom is very less because only 4 observations are there. So table value is very high. So therefore it is significant at p value. It means 0.109. What is the meaning of that? What is it? P value is 0.109. What is the meaning of that?
The calculated value.
How do you interpret that?
You are looking for the calculated value as well as p value.
Yeah, p value, it is generated p value. It has given the p value. It has given the p value. P value is 0.109. What is the meaning of that?
It's less than 1.96.
It is less than 0.05.
Yeah, that's, I mean to say, it is not significant at 5%. I'm sure that, it is significant at 10.9%. It is significant at 10.9%. Multiplied by 100. It is significant at 10.9%, which we are not allowing so much. If you are allowing 10%, okay. Otherwise, it is not significant. This coefficient is not statistically significant, whereas intercept is significant. It is significant at 1.4%. Multiplied by 100, it is significant at 1.4%. Even not even 5%. It is significant at 1.4%. So intercept is significant, whereas coefficient is not statistically significant at up to 10%. It is significant at 10.4%, which is behind our limit level.
Yes.
So can we take it? Okay, if there is no risk, you can accept. You can take that risk. It depends upon circumstance and situation, what analysis you are doing it. Okay?
Okay.
Right. This is how you can, this is how T can be applied.
Right.
Comprehensively I have shown how the T test can be used in the different circumstances. I have shown so many different research cases, right from just comparing the means, both for independent observation and also for dependent observation, paired observations, correlation coefficients and regression. This is how I have given the context, estimation and also interpretation of the results. More than that, in fact, I have not explained mechanically. For example, I told you that why we have to say, how we have to write that alternative hypothesis in a particular format. For example, SHG I have given that example.
Yes, sir.
It's not a ready-made format.
Ready-made format.
It's not a ready-made format. Being a researcher, you should have comprehensive ideas, logical reasoning to follow a certain particular pattern. So with this, I think, shall I move quickly to some chi-square test?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
This also. Open means.
Right. Yeah. I'm not just since I have up to what time I can engage class? What is the usual time? 1:15. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you can. To how long you can listen to me now? I can fix up I can prioritize. what best things that I can share with you. Maybe another 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
We can carry on.
So 1:30.
Because
Yeah,
afternoon
because
we don't
sometimes
have
there
any
may
sessions.
be, you may be having some traveling plan, other things.
No, sir.
Afternoon we don't have sessions.
Yeah, I will take some 10-15 minutes then, just to give some quick. Let me skip some theoretical concept which you can read. This chi-square test, I'm skipping all this theoretical concept, this formula and all. I think you can read, but I will go for research applications. This is concept, observed values, expected frequencies, even manually you can also calculate. Actually chi-square, Excel you cannot calculate chi-square, but SPSS will generate, SPSS it will generate. Let me take some few, one or two applications here. One is on, there is a study on impact of self-help groups on banking habit among women members. Banking habit among women members. That means a researcher is willing to analyze or to assess the impact of self-help groups on banking habit among the self-help group members. So for that, the scholar has hypothesis that the membership in self-help groups has enhanced the banking habit among the women. Enhanced the banking habit. How to observe that? Self-help groups have enhanced the banking habit. What are the observable variables? It has impacted. It has influenced on the banking habit amount.
On the time of the saving, the passbook is essential.
Yeah.
Savings, the regular savings, loans,
We
all
can
those
say
things.
whether first thing is, do you have some entry in account?
Yes, sir.
Do you have some account in the bank? That's enough. They have account. They have account, live account. They are operating account.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, members are following some SP account. They are doing business. How do they business? They have some savings bank account. They deposit and also withdraw. They have banking habit. So membership in self-help groups enhances the banking habit among women. Null hypothesis: membership in self-help group has not enhanced the banking habit among the members. Here, how to measure the banking habit? Those who have the banking habit will have at least SB account in their bank. Simply by asking, do you have SB account in your? Do you have SB account in any of the banks? Yes or no? So based on that, we can prepare some contingency frequency distribution table like this. Say prepare the table like this before becoming self-help group, before becoming member in the self-help group, after becoming member in the self-help group, before and after. Having savings bank account, not having savings bank account, total observations. Okay. So the same observation, 240, the number of
288.
respondents surveys 288. For the same respondent, do you have savings account now? A simple question. Do you have savings SB account in your name now in any of the banks? Answer is yes or no. Did you have this account before you become the member? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Simple. Based on that, we can prepare this frequency distribution. That 288, before they become these 288 members, now out of this 288, now 155 respondents are having bank account now.
After SHG.
After they become members. And still 133 members don't have bank account.
Yes, sir.
But before they become members, only 36 respondents were having banking account.
Yes.
And that means 252 members did not have the
Bank account.
bank account. So here our objective is whether membership is having anything to do with this banking habit.
Bank habits.
Whether, you have to interpret, you have to speak in such a way that, so membership in self-help group is observed to be associated with banking habit. Or in other words, banking habit among the members, among the women is is expected to have association with the membership in SHG. It means membership in SHG has some influence on the banking habits. Membership in SHG influenced the members, made the woman to have some account in the bank. So for this, yeah, actually earlier I used to have, even in Excel I have ready-made formula for, it is bit laborious. For this is 2 into 2 table, 2 columns, 2 rows. I have the formula, just write, don't touch this, just feed this data, you will get the value here. You can have, since Excel is not having facility to calculate the chi-square value, for different rows and columns I have some formula. I have prepared some formula here, and I could get the values here. Did not bother much about SPSS other things.
Yes.
So here before SHG, after SHG, having account, not having account. If you feed that, you will get calculated chi-square value is 110. 110. So for see here, I have given the formula here. For everything I have given the formula here. And here, actually in the thesis you used to write this kind of table like this. Impact of SHG and banking habit among the members. Having, not having, before, after, calculated chi-square value. So here, the membership in SHG has not enhanced the banking habit among the women, whereas alternative hypothesis, membership in SHG has enhanced the banking habit. Since the calculated chi-square value, that is 110.92, is greater than the table value
3.84.
for 1 degree of freedom at 5% level of significance, it is 3.84. So H0 is rejected. So that means banking habit is found to be significantly associated with the membership in SHG. Banking habit among women that we have studied, banking habit find to be significantly associated with the membership status. SHG membership status. So indirectly it means
it's associated with the
it
banking
is
habit.
significantly associated with the
Banking
membership in the self-help group. So becoming membership influence the woman to become to do some banking habit.
Banking habits.
This is how you could interpret it, right? Or if you get some information.
Yes, sir.
With this, if you have any questions, let me have some interaction. If you have any questions, anything related to inferential statistics or anything data analysis related, even if you have any of your research questions, if possible, I will respond. Have any questions? Yeah. Otherwise, shall I end it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Actually, because they really make out the point that almost I spend about 3 hours with all of you. But one thing I could, the one important impression that I could see, group, the sitting pattern is good.
Yes.
Second is, I should congratulate the organizer. I think he picked up the respondent, the participants. Who, I don't know whether you are by default interested or the organizer of this program made you to be interested. Interest I can make out from the point that ಯಾರು ಹಾಕಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಚ್ಚಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಗ್ತಾ ಪಾಠ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನಗ್ತಾ ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಪಾಠ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು ನಾನು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಆಯಿತು ಅನ್ನೋ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ನನಗಿದೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಂತೃಪ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸಂತೃಪ್ತಿಯಿಂದ, ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ನೀವು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಡಿಕೆಲ್ಲ ಇಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಆಹಾ ಅಂತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಏಜ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಒನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್.
Dear participants, it's really a very useful session.
So one word just. My Professor Rangappa sir having a sir. Sir. It's our well-wishers and my guru in Davangere Universities. I entered for the teaching professor in 2006 to 2009, and sir will be guiding a very lot. Even though I am in the commerce department, we are in the same track. For opposite for the economics department, sir will be giving the very useful guidelines with respect to the research and all those things. Sir, I am very much glad to you, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you for.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir taught advanced statistical tools all of us. So on behalf of CMDR and on behalf of all of you and my own behalf, I extend deepest gratitude to him also. And similarly, I extend very heartfelt thanks to all the participants for patience, presence and interaction. Thank you all.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಆಲ್. ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದು ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಅವೇ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಕೇಪಬಿಲಿಟಿ in spite of AI is there, but that natural capabilities must it has to enhance. That way, you have to carry the great things to the students community because you know, over the period the quality is getting deteriorated. It should not leave it to go further down. You have to contribute for the improvement in the overall quality standard of the education. Thank you one and all. Thank you.
ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗಾಡಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಈಗ ಓದತ್ತಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಉಚಿತರಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸೌದತ್ತಿ ಹೋಗುವಂತ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ನಾ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಆದ್ರೆ ಶೀಘ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ
ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಬನ್ನಿ ಸರ್.
You know, I'm sorry. Tomorrow, right now, I'm starting to drive to Sagar. Tomorrow, I have one more program in Sagar.
Sagar, sir. There is one national conference.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yes, sir. Sir,
raise your hands.
Go.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ?
Good temple actually. Raise your hand.
ಆದಿತ್ಯ
Just one, two.
ಅದು ಸೌದತ್ತಿ
Sir, 1, 2, 3. Sir, 4. Already is available.
ಇಲ್ಲ
ಆಯ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ.